Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing the F through G part of my total horror and horror adjacent VHS collection. So let's get right into it. If you haven't already watched the other videos, I will have a playlist at the end of this video, so if you want to watch that then you can. If not, thank you for watching this one at least. Alright, so let's get into the F's. So we have this one, A Frozen in Fear. Sounds interesting. It's about supposedly about a serial killer who freezes his victims. One of the most interesting parts of this VHS is it's bright yellow, which seems so bizarre, and I don't know why it's bright yellow, so that's quite interesting. I have Final Destination 2. So that's pretty cool. I actually don't have this one on Blu-ray yet, so I definitely need to get around to doing that. The Faculty, or A Pretty Good Movie, so glad to have had that one. Have Fear.com, which this is another one that was never released on Blu-ray, but I always see people saying that they wish that this had gotten a Blu-ray release, so I look forward to whenever this is released on Blu-ray. I have the first Final Destination, which is, I would say, a modern classic. If you ask anybody about Final Destination, I would imagine that they would know what you were talking about. I have this, which is the original Tim Burton short. This is a Frankenweenie, so that's pretty cool. And then I have Freddy vs. Jason, which, who doesn't like Freddy vs. Jason? It's definitely, it may not be the best movie, but it is a fun movie to watch. I have the original Friday the 13th. I have Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives. And Friday the 13th, part 7, The New Blood. So those were really great finds that I was able to find. All my VHSs either were from my collection when I was younger, or I found at thrift stores. I don't believe I've purchased any of these VHSs for anything more than $1 or $2, with a majority of them being less than $1 each. We have Frailty, which I remember watching this the first time and I really enjoyed this, so I was really happy with that. I also have the promo copy of From Dusk Till Dawn 3. I've watched the From Dusk Till Dawn television show, but never gotten around to watching the actual movie itself. This one I just watched the other night, and this one was really good. This is The Frighteners. I was actually pleasantly surprised because I thought that this movie was a flop, which I think it was. This is also another Peter Jackson movie, but I was really pleasantly surprised with how good this was. Maybe it was because I had some preconceived notions that it was not going to be a good movie, and it turned out that it was pretty good, so I was very happy with that. I also have this one, which is a Tobe Hooper movie. This is The Funhouse. This was another really, never got a chance to, or I have not yet got a chance to watch that, but since it looks like I'm going to have a lot more free time in the future, I will probably be able to get around to it. This one, which is very weird. This is the original Faces of Death 4. And so this has a lot of really graphic stuff in it. The whole idea of this is that they were showing like real life death and stuff. This was the first one, or the last one that included actual footage. After like the first one, I believe, they started mixing real footage with like fake footage, and you can usually tell which ones are fake and which ones are real, but it's kind of insane. This was a Gorgon video release, so that's also pretty cool. I know a lot of people talk about Gorgon video, if it'll even come into focus. There we go. Then we have another Stephen King adaptation. I am a big fan of Stephen King, so I have a lot of his adaptations, but this is a Firestarter. And then we have Flatliners, which I have not watched yet, but it's one that I've been meaning to get around to and just never got around to it. Probably because I mostly only have it on VHS, so it's not necessarily the first thing that I jump to watch. Alright, now let's get into the G's. We have this one, which actually looks pretty interesting as well. This is Good Night, God Bless. Really no idea anything about this movie, but just this cover looks insane, so I had to pick it up. It looks like on this there's like a little sticker from the movie store that I was at, and it says 6/27/88, so it's at least from the 80s. Then we have Macaulay Culkin in A Good Son, which I believe I've watched a majority of this movie. I don't know if I've seen all of it, but yeah, it's interesting. It kind of reminds me, if I'm thinking correctly, it reminds me a little bit of The Orphan, but The Orphan obviously has a crazy twist in the end. We have this one, which is a graveyard story. We have Gattaca, which is kind of interesting. Also, what's interesting about it is it was produced by Danny DeVito. That's kind of interesting. Never would have guessed. Then we have, these are more children movies, I would say, but I would say that they're horror adjacent at least. So this is Gargoyles, the movie. This is the first one, The Heroes Awakens. So I assume that this is the first couple of videos. This actually has a game board in it. I don't know, I'm pretty sure all the pieces aren't there because I bought it at a thrift store, but for 25 cents, can't really go wrong. Then I also have these two, which I mostly bought these because of the like covers, because they look so cool and they're kind of metallic-y. So this is Gargoyles Volume 2, The Force of Goliath. And then this one is Gargoyles Volume 4, Brothers Betrayed. And I have a couple other ones. So this one is The Glass House, which I have not seen as well, but it looks interesting. Ginger Snaps, which I actually really enjoyed Ginger Snaps. I thought that it was a pretty good movie. I really liked the second one as well. I picked up Gossip, which Gossip is pretty cool as well. It's kind of, it's an interesting one. It takes a game that people have played, telephone, and makes it into a movie. So I think that was a pretty unique idea. Then we have a promo copy of Ghosts of Mars, which is a John Carpenter movie. We have Gremlins, which is a movie I love. And then also Gremlins 2, which I think that I might like Gremlins 2 more than I like Gremlins 1. I just think that it's such a fun movie to watch. Then I have Graduation Day, which was released by Vinegar Syndrome on Blu-ray, which I also have. And then I have The Grudge. So this was probably one of the last VHSs ever produced, because I'm pretty sure, if I am thinking correctly, the last VHS came out the last movie to come out on VHS came out in 2004, so this would have been one of the last ones because this came out in 2004. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. And if you have not already watched my other videos, make sure to go check those out. And subscribe to be able to watch all the future videos and get notifications for those. And give this video a like if you liked it. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Stay safe and goodbye.